Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you a non-spoiler book review on All These Beautiful Strangers by Elizabeth Klehfoth. Now, I actually received a copy of this from the publisher in exchange for an honest review. However, it doesn't affect my opinion of the book whatsoever. This video will be my true opinion only, and it will also contain no spoilers. So as you can see, this is my ARC copy of the book. It's now released, so you will see a cover that looks very much like what is on the back of this book right here. Very pretty, and I believe it's still going to contain the words "I know" on the side as well, which I think is a brilliant asset to a book, and I think it's really beautifully designed. So just going to go through with you what the synopsis of this book is about. This is a story about Charlie Calloway, and she is the daughter of Grace, and she went missing. So this is a young adult mystery thriller sort of book. So Charlie ends up being asked to join in this secret society at her school, and she has to do various sort of like tasks for this secret society that are kind of like dares. And because it's sort of like a secret society, that's sort of like, if you're found out to be in this group, you can't say that you were part of the group. You have to pretty much say that it was you, and you can't name anybody in the group. So it's kind of like a really sort of forceful secret society, and it's just sort of crazy, like in the tasks that it gets people to do at the school. And so this is happening alongside the main story, where Charlie is trying to find out what exactly happened to her mum, why she ran away, and she's been given clues by this uncle. There's these pictures, and she's sort of investigating into the disappearance of her mother, and by then she's sort of like creating her own little case, and it is solved at the end, so I will say that. And how it ended for me, it literally pulled at my heartstrings. I actually kind of like choked, and that's the closest I can get to when I cry at books. So I actually listened to this book on audiobook whilst I was travelling to and from places in my car, and I was also reading from this book as well. I however found that I was enjoying reading the book for myself. I found that when listening to the audiobook, because it is a thriller mystery where you're sort of like finding things out, occasionally I would dip out of the book, and it's very slow paced, this book. So if you really don't like sort of slow paced books, this wouldn't be for you. It's just one of those thrillers that just takes a while for the case to be solved, but there's like other things that are going on as well in this book, but it's just really interesting that sort of way. So the story is told from several perspectives. We have Charlie, who is telling the story from her present, and then we have her parents, Alistair and Grace, and they are talking from their perspectives from things that happened in the past. And so when it all catches up together, it all pretty much makes sense, and I really liked how that was kind of structured as well. So I will be honest, I don't tend to dive into thrillers and mysteries much. I have to really be in the right main frame of mind to actually kind of like read those sort of books. Same with fantasies, really. I have to really be in the right mood to read the specific genre. However, I actually found that once I started to read this book, I was enjoying it more and more. If honest, if I had to have a favourite part of the book, it was just how things were getting pieced together near towards the end. So I would probably say the last 50 pages of this book was my favourite part of this book, because I was just loving how it was just all flowing together, and how it was just finding more and more things out, and how it was just slowly forming and joining it together to reveal all of the answers of this complete mystery. So all in all, guys, I totally recommend for this book for you to read, especially if you like your thrillers and your mysteries, and it's kind of like a summer thriller, I would find. Definitely a sort of book to read in the autumn, I find, because this is a perfect time where it's just sort of like kind of summer. However, we get those sort of rainy days, so this is perfect for those sort of books. and for those sort of moods, and it's just the perfect time basically. So in the end guys, I gave this book 4.5 Kit Kats out of 5. The reason I docked half a star was just because it was so long-winded that I found myself just dipping out like once or twice, if I'm honest. But other than that, I found that I was completely drawn into the story, and yeah, I think it would have been good if it was just a little bit less of a size. I feel like that it just could have been wrapped up a lot quicker, as in like if there were less pages in the book, like the middle bit of the book, you know, could have been a lot more fast paced, because I like it when thrillers have a real sort of like twist in it, like maybe if there were just more twists and turns as well. But this is just my opinion and it's just my suggestions on it. It's still a really, really good book, like how it is. It's a really, really good book, and I really, really enjoyed it just because of all of that. And I just think it's a really enjoyable thriller. And even at the end of it, even like now when it's been a couple of days since I read it, I'm just like, whoa, this book just blew me away just at the end, like how it all wrapped up. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And would I read this book again? Most probably. I probably would give it a few years. I would like to dive into this again just to see if I would give it a different rating, because I always like to see if in a few years time whether I think differently about things, which, you know, I have done in the past. I've read books where it's been a few years time and our tastes change and our ratings change, and it has happened. I've had it where I've read books and I do a reread and I up my rating, or I've done it where I reread a book and I downgrade my rating just a little. So really, our tastes change all the time. So I really, really enjoyed this thriller. I definitely will read it again, give it a few years time, as I've got so many books on my TBR to read. So that's why a few years. Honestly guys, if I had like 10 books on my TBR, I would probably read this like in a few months time sort of thing. But definitely get your hands on it. It's now released in the stores. It's not really spoken about too much like around on BookTube, so I just want to let you guys know this book is out there. So if you would be interested in this sort of book, if you would like to find out about the disappearance of Charlie's mother, then definitely pick this book up. But if there's any other comments and any thoughts, anything else you'd like to know about this book, then do let me know down below in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you guys have read this book, let me know down below as well, and if you guys are going to add it to your TBR, then let me know too. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up just so that I know that you did enjoy it, and just so that I know that you guys are watching. If there's any other videos you would like me to do, let me know down below as well. And if there's any other sort of books that you guys have read that you would recommend to me, maybe on thrillers and mysteries. If there's a thriller and mystery that you guys have read, let me know down below, because I'd like to know what books are about. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching my video as always. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe to it if you'd like to see more of my videos, and keep smiling, keep reading and be happy. My name is Katie and I'll see all of you wonderful awesome people in my next video. Bye.